The Armenian government is beginning preparatory work to ensure that customs procedures can be applied on the Armenia-Turkey border if or when it is reopened. That is according to Rustam Barasyan, the head of Armenia's State Revenue Committee, who confirmed the news this week. Quote, "We are now quickly preparing, together with other state bodies, for the border point to become operational as soon as the final decision is made," Barasyan told reporters after this week's cabinet meeting. At a historic meeting in February, the foreign ministers of Armenia and Turkey said they had reached an agreement to take steps to facilitate the partial opening of the long-closed border, but nearly 2 months on, the timeline for that remains unclear. It is expected that the border would first open for third country nationals and holders of diplomatic passports. This comes as trade between Armenia and Turkey more than quadrupled last year to reach a record $320 million, according to Armenia's economy minister Vahan Karobyan. Data from Armenia's economy ministry obtained by the Russian news agency Sputnik shows that exports from Turkey to Armenia, mostly agricultural goods, textiles, and home appliances, accounted for more than 80% of the trade between the two countries. Academic studies suggest Turkey could become one of Armenia's leading trade partners if relations between the two countries are normalized. About 3 decades ago, Turkey unilaterally closed its border with Armenia, a move that has had disastrous consequences for Armenia's economic position in the region. Karobyan told the Armen Press news agency earlier this year that, quote, "Opening the border with Turkey will lead to high economic growth in Armenia," while conceding that, quote, "There are also risks for Armenian producers who may be forced out of the market by a flood of cheaper Turkish goods." Last summer, CivilNet's team visited the village of Margara, where the long-shuttered border crossing is located, to speak with residents about the possible reopening of the Armenia-Turkey border. You can find the full report in English on our website and YouTube channel. In an update to a story we brought you last week, Russia's food safety agency, Rosselkhoznadzor, formally banned Armenian dairy products after previously saying it was considering such a move. In a statement last week, Rosselkhoznadzor said it had determined that some Armenian dairy producers were importing, quote, "raw materials from Iran in breach of Armenia's commitments to the Eurasian Economic Union, a Russian-led trade bloc." The agency also said its inspectors had found a number of health code violations during visits to Armenian dairy producers earlier this month. In response, Armenia's Food Safety Inspectorate rejected allegations of food safety issues while acknowledging the use of Iranian raw materials in some products. Armenia exported just over $30 million worth of dairy products to Russia last year, according to Modex, an Armenian economic consultancy. That represents less than 1.5% of Armenia's total exports to Russia in that period. The dairy ban comes as ties between Yerevan and Moscow continue to fray, most recently over Armenia's renewed moves to join the International Criminal Court, which issued an arrest warrant for Russian President Vladimir Putin earlier this month over his conduct in Ukraine. Rosselkhoznadzor has long been accused of restricting trade as a means of political retaliation. To take just one example, in 2015, the agency banned the import of tomatoes from Turkey, days after a Turkish fighter jet downed a Russian attack aircraft near the border with Syria, prompting a major crisis in relations between the two countries. Artyom Shamtsyan, Chief Innovation and Digital Officer at Ameriabank, one of Armenia's biggest financial institutions, sat down with us this week to talk about how the bank is working to become a leader in Armenia's digital transformation. To learn more about how digital transformation efforts are pushing Armenia's economy forward, you can check out the full interview now on our website and YouTube channel. Victoria Aslanian, CEO of Golden Grape ArmAs, also joined us in our studio this week to discuss her journey from Yerevan to Los Angeles and back, and how she helped create one of Armenia's leading wineries. For more on Armenia's storied wine history and the recent renaissance in Armenian winemaking, you can find our full conversation with Victoria up now on our website and YouTube channel. And as always, please follow CivilNet on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube for the latest updates on all these topics and more.